Hey Carol, it's Steve. This is the video that I'm putting up to show you how to put the video card in. You're going to need a couple things. Phillips head screwdriver. Preferably something that has a bigger tip to it. These thumb screws are bigger, so you can not strip it, but you'll be turning and won't be coming out. The video card itself. That thing's so sexy, let me tell you. Anyway, and this video card's going to be found in this box. There's actually, I took the whole thing out, but it's going to be found in this box. So, first things first is we have two thumb screws, one there and one there. You're familiar with these, most computers have them. These should come off by hand, but all these thumb screws are threaded for Phillips head, so if you need to use a screwdriver, that's fine. And they're all the same size and setup, so you really can't mix them up. Now, when you open it, nothing's going to be in here, obviously. A couple things to note. The two wires you'll be dealing with look like this. One is a 6+2 and one is a 6. And I'm going to try to keep them down in here for you. Hopefully they don't come out because I'd just be a pain in the butt. And I got to make sure these are tight down here as well. Wish I could have put them on the other side, but I couldn't have. Anyway, so first things first, you'll have your video cards going here. You have two screws in the way. You'll need to take those out first, and slots in right down here. One thing to know is make sure these guys are all standing straight up like this. If they're down like this, it'll get in the way. So chances are they'll be up. So you grab your handy dandy screwdriver and just untighten them a little bit. This top screw, and it's not the screw, I've tried multiple screws, I think it's the hole. It'll tighten down and it'll keep twisting. It'll tighten down fine, but it will eventually just keep twisting, so be careful. Once it's down all the way, you're fine. The bottom screw's fine. I don't know why it does that, but just don't worry about it. Just tie it down, and then if it starts to freely twist, just leave it there, because it's not going to go anywhere and won't pop out. So don't worry about that. Now, this video card down here, I'm going to lay this down so I can show it to you, has a slot here and a slot here, and those are going to match up, and the end of it hooks in here. Very simple. You're going to hook up right back here. You don't have to take these blue things off, it's fine. And then blue things on here you can leave on as well. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, let's look at the slot here. You have the back part, this part, plugs in here. This part plugs in here. And what you can do is when you line it up, a couple things. Once you line up, you can kind of line up the rest of the socket. But the back part here is going to line up here. So that's how you know also where to put it. Now right now it's just resting on it. That's fine. And you simply push down and you'll see the little tab all the way down there. It's very hard to see. That's probably because I'm blocking sunlight. And that'll just go down there. So that is pretty much in. Now, this is not the tough part anymore. It was when I first shot this video. The 6+2 here has to kind of go together, just like that. And the PCI thing is going to face up like this, and the little tabby thing on the bottom here, right there, is going to face down. So it's going to go in. Oop, I did it off camera, I do apologize. So once you put them together, you want them to be as flush as you can. It all goes in as one piece. And then this 6 pins, very easy. Tabby side down, there's no PCI thing though. And that goes in right next to it. Just like that. Now, you'll notice, and I'll take these off to show you, I recommend doing the 6+2 first, the 8 pin. That's what they look like, it goes over to the right. The 6+2 is definitely harder. The 6 regular is very easy. So, do that one first, and it's kind of hard to do with one hand, so bear with me. At least my left hand anyway. There we go. And just make sure they're both in and flush. Pretty easy. And just like that. And then literally the last part is just screwing this into the back. Now, I'm lucky. I have magnetic screwdriver, which is definitely a nice thing. That means that it's somewhat magnetized, which means that I can put the screws on the end and it won't fall off. You may have to hold it. I do this because I'm doing it with one hand, so I definitely need that. So first screw has to line up with the top hole here. Like I said, just get it down to till it's pretty much all the way down, you're fine. And then the other one, it's going to go right there in that hole. Sometimes when you hook up, usually I recommend actually mounting the video card before you put the connectors in, because that way you won't have it shift whenever you're putting the connectors in, because they have to push it back. So I would recommend doing this the other way, but it doesn't really matter. If it does shift, just push it back. What happens is, okay, that one, the bottom one goes all the way down, is the video card kind of shifts like this, so you just have to push it back down, because it has to slide in back here behind the motherboard. So that's pretty much that. Make sure these connectors are kind of flat. Only reason why I say that is because when you put the side on, it might protrude a little bit. So, I mean, it will push it down itself. Just make sure they're not, like, overly up. Oh, I forgot to mention. Slide, take it off. You put it down, you'll see this little gap here. You'll put it down with it hanging off just a little bit, like so, and push over. Very easy. And you put the thumb screws back in. So that is how you install a graphics card. It's very easy. Most things like this are actually that easy, believe it or not. Just screwing things in and putting things in and all that stuff. So I'm going to upload this to YouTube, send it to you, hopefully. It's pretty easy to follow. And I'm now about to start working on this thing, get it reloaded and set for you. Hopefully you feel better. Take it easy. Have a good one.